Okay, so assalamualaikum and good evening to doctor. So today I'm gonna demo lab 5 question 1. So this is the code for server. So we start off with importing the socket, and then we create a socket object, and then we assign the host with with a local machine name, is get host name, and then the port with 9999, and then we bind both of them, host and port, to server socket, to the socket, sorry. And then the socket is going to queue up to 5 requests to listen to 5 requests. And then we're going to establish a connection. So a client socket which and with address is going to accepted by server socket. And then we're going to print out got a connection from the address. While true, the response we receive, the variable response is going to uh, receive the value from the client socket, that the sends the data which is received in 1024 bits code. And if the response for the client is stopped, and the and then we're gonna break from the loop, and then we're just gonna close the socket and then print the connection is terminated. But if not, it's just gonna print the input print the input from user, and then uh, we can display the message from our own is input. We can send anything that we want, and then the client socket is gonna receive the message. And if the message that we send is end, and then our program is gonna break, and then connection is terminated. It means that we're gonna end the connection between both of them. Okay, so that the server code, and then they're gonna explain the client code. So the same, import the socket, and then create a socket object which is s, and then we're going to bind both of the host and port to the socket. And then while true, we can this code is then this created to for the client to send the message first. So we're going to send a message in the form of UTF-8, and if our message is a stop, means our code are going to break, and then and connection end the connection and display connection terminated. It's the reverse from the server code. When we send stop and they receive stop, both of the code are gonna stop. But if the server send end and we receive end, so the both of us are gonna end stop the code, the connection, sorry. So if either of those are not, we're gonna print response from the server, which is what we receive from the server, and then we're gonna continue until either one of us send stop or receive end. So that's for question 1. So for question 2, is required a simple modification for the earlier code for the question 1. So the same, we're going to import a socket, and then create a socket object, and then the same, get bind both of the host and port to the socket object, and socket uh, and then socket object are going to listen to 5 requests, and then a server is going to accept a connection from a client socket, and they're gonna print that we got a connection as a confirmation. And then while true, a file name, i- which is something that we receive from the client, and then we're gonna use that name to open a file with that name. If not, we're gonna break and then rewrite the data. And then we're gonna close the socket, and then we receive successfully. So for the client code was also the same. We have import socket, create socket object, and then get a local machine name, which is binding both of them, and then we're going to establish a connection between both of them, file name, and then we're going to input the file name that we want to send to the server, and then the socket object are going to send those name in a coded UTF-8 again, and then we're going to and then with the name that we inserted, we're going to open it as f, and if while true, data is gonna read the file, gonna read and not, if not, we're gonna break and then send the data. After that, we're gonna send the data. After that, we're gonna print send successfully and then to close the socket object. So to demonstrate the code for the question 1, we're gonna run the server first and then the client. Okay, so the right is the server and the left is the client. So we're going to input first hi from client. As you can see, our what we sent has been reached to the server, and then the server can send to hello to the user. The same thing. What we insert for the server is gonna send to the client. So if you want to end, so the client has to say stop, and then we're gonna say the connection terminated, and the connection terminated. So when we send the stop, we're gonna terminate the connection, the server first, and then the client gonna stop, gonna terminate it. But if it was the other way around, if the server send end first, the client is gonna terminate first, and then the server is gonna terminate after that. So easy to say that both of them are terminated after the keyword is been sent. Okay. So for question 2, I'm gonna run the server first, and the client. Okay. Same thing, the server is on the left, and the client is on the right. So you can see on the right, the client file, the client terminal, where we can insert the file of the network that we want to send. So in this case, I have a name file named Farhan that I want to send. Then so the server has received the file, and then we're gonna print file sent successfully and file received successfully. That's all for me.